Welcome to NHL 20, and thanks for watching. Today we're going to learn how to spin. And we're going to learn how to do the full spin, the half spin. We're going to learn how to use this button for defense too. So for those of you that stick around past the first minute or so, I'm going to show you a few tricks. So in this spot right here, we basically held down L2 and we did a half spin to change direction. I'll explain why in a minute. We're going to go into controller settings to show where you can find the setup for this. And you can see a full spin we're doing on the right. We are going to go to offensive controls. We're going to go to the middle. It's the second one down. It's referred to as spin. And it's L2. All you have to do for that is press down L2. Don't press anything else, and you can actually do a full spin. You don't want to interfere, of course, by pressing anything else. Now, on the defensive side, if you go to defensive controls, and we're going to zoom in just a minute here, there's also a thing called vision control. It's at the very top left-hand corner of the screen. And basically what happens is if you hold down L2, you have vision control. And this is something that's very important for defense, which we will look at in just a minute. But another point is, if you hold down L2 on offense, you're going to face the goalie. So it's also a very important implication for offense too. So you're not actually going to do a full spin move. You're just going to face the goalie by holding down L2, and we'll look at that as well. Basically, that means on offense, if you hold down L2, it's vision control toward the goalie versus defense where it's vision control toward whatever player you're defending. So that's the major difference there. So basically, in a nutshell, if you want to do a full spin, you press L2, don't hold it, don't press any other buttons, and your player should do a full spin. If you start holding down, it's going to do vision control. So now that we got that out of the way, let's look at some stuff you can do on defense and offense. All right, let's start off with defense and vision control. We are playing as Edmonton here, and we take control of this guy right here. We're way out of position. We hold down L2 to get our guy in position. He gets his shoulder squared. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep this guy in a box, where we can set up a move potentially later. So that's the easiest form of defense is just, holding down L2 to box your offensive player in. So while defensive spacing with vision control is pretty good, I think you probably want to see a couple moves, that you can actually make off from there. If you take a look at number 28 on the right side of the screen, he's skating in and out of control. Okay, how do we fix that? Well, we're going to, push L2. Okay, now he's got a line of sight on this guy skating right here. What we're going to do is we're going to use the hit stick, which is the right analog stick, and we're just going to, boom, right there. Take another look at that right here. Nice level right there. He just, can't stop it. And we got a really good defensive stop right there. But that's one of the cool things about this thing is, you push down L2, you can set up a lot of defensive moves like we do right here. In this example right here, we are taking control of number 6, and we are holding down L2 as often as we can because we want to be in front of the guy we're guarding. Larkin gets the puck right there. So we're holding down L2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to combine this. We have enough space here. We're going to push the X button. That's the stick lift. And we get lucky here. We catch him on a move. And we are able to take control of the puck and get another nice defensive stop right there. Okay, we've taken control of number 26. We're keying in on number 11. We're holding down L2. And the reason we're doing that is we want to keep our shoulders squared with him and take away any offensive moves he has. Now, if we have enough space, we can actually make some defensive moves of our own, which we're going to attempt right here. If you'll notice, we got our shoulders squared, and he's going to try to make a move on us, okay? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to use the poke check. We got enough spacing out right there. We do it, and we get just enough to take control of the puck, or at least have him lose control of the puck, and we get a nice defensive stop right there. So there are a couple examples of how you can use vision control on defense, and the key point is even if you can't make those moves, at least you can keep yourself between the offensive player and the goalie. It's kind of important to be able to do that too. So now let's shift our attention to see how we can use this for offense. Now, you may or may not be aware that the slap shot is a very, very effective method of scoring goals if, of course, you can get open in front of the net and aim to either the left or right side. Here we go to the left right there. And, there's pretty much nothing they can do to stop it. The trick, of course, is how do we set this up? In this example right here, we're going to establish a concept that will be important for later on. Now, you can do this by either holding down L2, which we're going to do right here, or you can use the left analog stick. If you know the defender is coming in on the left side, you're going to turn and skate to the right side. And you can see we get right by this guy, and we're able to escape right there. So, in short, it's very important to be able to spin out the opposite way of whichever way the defender is coming at you. And we're going to take a little bit more of a look at it right here as we take the puck inside. Okay, we get the puck. We're fighting for it. Okay, we're cycling around. We're going to go right here. We're going this way. We're going to do a little turn the opposite way of which they're going. They're on the left side. We're going to turn to the right. And now we get an open slap shot right there. Here's another good example of when to use an offense. All right, if you notice, we're skating in right here, okay? All right, the defender is sliding back. We decide to hit L2 to do the spin move, right? Okay, the defender moves just a little bit. He can't stop sliding. Okay, so we can change directions right here. And we're going to get lucky. We're trying to get a slap shot. This isn't the best spot to do it because we're kind of moving. But we get really lucky if you'll notice this guy in front of the net right here. We're going to zoom in on this. Is kind of screening the goalie. So that just that little bit of screen and the power of the slap shot is a good combo right there for a nice goal. Here is another example on offense of how to use the move. If you'll notice right here, we've got the puck, okay? The defender is on our right shoulder and we're a right-handed shooter, okay? So what we're going to do is turn a little bit and then use that L2 button right there. We spin. The defender loses us, okay? Now we've got just enough open space for a nice little slap shot, which goes in the net right there. Here's a good example of when to use a spin move. We're skating around with number 23 right here. Okay, we're skating. We're not really using the spin move there. We're trying to get open space to get a slap shot in, right? Okay, if you'll notice, we've got a really good opportunity for a spin move. We're a left-handed shooter. And if you'll notice, the defender is on our left side. When we push L2, we're going to spin around. We're going to spin to the right side. So we're going to spin from left to right. So all we do is we push the L2 button. If you notice, we're spinning right here. We push it again. We spin. And the defender's on the wrong side of us, okay? What that does is that gives us pretty much open space right here. And if you'll notice, there's nobody guarding us just for a short amount of time, which is just enough time to get off that slap shot right there. And you can see we beat the goalie right there. So to summarize, on offense, it's very important that we know which way the defender is going at us so we can spin the opposite way, either by holding down vision control if we know which way our guy's going to spin, or just using the analog stick, the left analog stick to make that move. It's something you want to try to pay attention to at all times. And, the important part is trying to get that slap shot set up. And, of course, that is going to wrap this up. If you are looking for more tips on this game, you may want to consider checking out the playlist on this channel titled NHL 20 if you have not already. Thanks for watching, and good luck.